this house and my time here is just engraved in my brain. You can't get away from the view, the feeling, the history of Miami. But as soon as I got to the gates and looked through and saw the view, I guess you'd say it spoke to me.
The Arsh estate is comprised of two properties, Indian Spring, which Ms. Arsh built in 1999, and Villa Serena, which was built in 1913 by former Secretary of State William Jennings Bryan. And together, we have 4 acres here with 405 feet on the water.
The design inspiration for Indian Spring really came from the neighborhood. The entire one side of the house are the doors that open out to the view. I created the dining room to be able to entertain, bring people together there. I would invite 7 people over for breakfast 2, 3, 4 times a week. I certainly think the breakfasts were a defining element for me, for the community, and for the dining room. Then I've done other events in the house. I use the interior court for cocktail receptions, so I've been able to use the inside, the outside, the view. Villa Serena is such a private place, and it does feel like a jewel box. It feels separate and unique, from the tile on the floor to the furniture. It's all of that time period, and it's got spectacular trees, and people have the sense that they're really just somewhere that's their own.
I've known Adrienne for probably a good 25 years plus, and so when the time came for her to think about selling her house, she called me.
I think it's all about people. Ron Sheffield, I knew when I moved here, and he always included me and made me a part of things in the community. He was just a great friend then, and I knew that he would be the person who would take the best care of the property and me.
When we first listed the property, we heard that she would be donating 100% of the proceeds to charity. I mean, I was scared to say it at first because I was like, is that actually right? And it is 100% correct. It just goes to show the generosity that she has, and it's really amazing.
Giving away everything is what I plan to do. On my death, everything is given to a foundation. Giving is really a family tradition. My parents did the same, so I guess I'd say it's always been a core value.
Whether it's in our families or whether it's in our businesses, it's all about relationships. And we now are associated with some of the finest brokerages in the world. You know, we have brokerages in London and Dubai and India, and many of these people we know personally. You know, I mean, I've been in this business for 40 years, and so I've met a lot of these people, and we've done deals together, and you just never know where the next buyer will come from. We just know that we need to touch the right places to bring those into focus. So I think that, you know, this is where the Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices brand helps tremendously. You know, the current owner, Ms. Arsh, she sees herself as a caretaker of this property. She will have had this property for decades, you know, when she passes it on to the next group of caretakers.
I remember the first day that I looked through the gate, and I thought that the important thing would be for somebody else to then have a chance to have that same feeling, and so it's time that somebody else enjoyed it.